Turn it up, baby. I used to have some Elvis sideburns that went on these glasses. So when I used these for lives, it worked a lot better than me. The Come On Baby worked with the Elvis theme. Anyway, so if you don't know this isn't what I'm going to talk about on this live, but if you don't know this, YouTube Studio. So when you have a YouTube channel, you go into YouTube Studio, you go down to Audio Library. Once you're inside of your studio, there's a huge library of royalty-free music that you can use on your videos for backgrounds. It's not like great music, a lot of it, but it's good enough where you can clip it up and put it on your videos. Kind of a cool thing. I didn't know that last time I was doing so many lives. So what I do want to talk about is how to trick Google into giving you the best traffic without ever writing any of your own content or ever creating any videos. You might think that that's like an actual impossibility, but I can assure you, as somebody who does this all the time, that you can create content that is pushed from a tool that is automatically created, where you don't have to actually write any of it. You don't have to put a topic in. You don't have to choose a niche. It will automatically create content for you. It's very, very simple, and I can show you how. So who's going to benefit from this type of traffic? Really anybody who needs traffic. So affiliate marketers, that's what I like to use it for, is just driving like really passive traffic that can easily be monetized where I don't have to do any fulfillment. So if you don't know me on the more professional side, where I'm not wearing glasses like this and I'm very straight-laced, I'm an attorney, and I have a service-based business where I help real estate investors mainly, but just entrepreneurs in general, get their entities created, LLCs, corporations, S Corp, stuff like that. So that's typically what I do. But what I like to do on the side that kind of is a game to me, which is me versus Google, me versus Facebook, even me versus some of like the big gatekeepers to commerce, essentially, is I like to run these little games where I can try to get traffic from Google and from Facebook to offers that are going to benefit everybody. They benefit the creator of whatever the product is that I'm an affiliate for, or the service-based business that I'm creating a Google News site for, something like that. And then it benefits you because in exchange for you pushing that traffic towards them, they pay you a fee. It can be an affiliate fee or referral fee. Either way, it's fun. It's a fun game. I discovered a cool way to do this that not a lot of people know about, and that just shows that things with traffic aren't as hard as people make them seem. It's not as hard as you think it has to be. So you might not know this, but Google does not rank everything in search the way that they say they do. I know because I run traffic and I rank stuff that Google claims that cannot rank. I rank duplicate content, where I've created the same website with the same content on multiple domains and ranked stuff on every one of them, and ranked multiple of the same article for the same keywords and stuff. This is pretty weird. But I've also ranked weird garbled AI content, AI generated content, which is just essentially like where you have a robot like create this article, and it's just kind of garbled, weird stuff if you read it. But Google can't tell the difference between that and some other article that was like written by a copywriter. You can rank that sort of stuff. So I can tell you that what they tell you that you have to do in order to rank, it's not true. I'm sure their guidelines play some role, but it's not required to play the game. And it's not like Google is, the police. It's not the law. Same thing with Facebook. People look at it like you have to do everything Google says. You don't. It's not unethical to try to rank first on Google without paying Google. Here's the thing: like if you paid Google money, they would put anything you want on the top of the search engine. So I have no guilt or bad feelings about trying to game the system and turn the system into a game, because Google was playing the game at one point. They're kind of the winner of the game, but they weren't always the winner. They had to play the game at one point too. So the second thing you have to understand is that with the right tools, anything is possible with Google. You don't have to go through what all these SEOs are telling you have to go through. Not to say that those things don't work, but if you're trying to optimize content, in the very beginning, before you have any sales coming in, I think you are going too slow, and you need to do something that's quicker. And it's more exciting for me to do the quick stuff. Like I'm not trying to build authority sites that are like ranking way off in the future. Maybe I'll do that at some point. I kind of doubt it because I like to just kind of chase the trends, and that's what's fun and that's what makes money, honestly. So in the time that it takes you to watch just this video, there's the tool that can create and build an entire website that will rank. And ask me how I know, because I rank stuff with this tool all the time. It's pretty crazy. It's cool. I'll show you exactly what it is and show you how to learn exactly how to use the tool. So if you take that website that you create with that tool and you combine that with knowing how to get it accepted as an actual Google News site, you can really put things into hyperdrive. And I'm not saying that you're going to go out and make $1 million with this tool and that Google News site approval is going to, shoot you to the top of the rankings immediately. It's just one of those things that gives you an edge on everybody else. And you could easily go out and learn the skills that I teach in the course, and go make $100 selling a website like same day. You don't even have to wait necessarily for Google approval to sell the service of creating a Google News site, which I teach you how to do in the course on how to actually sell it as well. And then you could make $150 the day after that, then $200. There's just so many ways that you can make money using these websites that there's probably so many ways that I haven't even considered, creative ways that I haven't even considered, that you can use to make money with these. But what I do is I take a tool called YT Evolution that helps create and spin up these websites really quickly. Just like populate them with a bunch of like current news content, and then make sure that it's the right content that Google News wants to see. And it's not that hard to, again, this is a situation where Google News says that it has to be one type of content, but in reality, it doesn't have to be that type of content. It could be a variation of that content that's a lot easier than what they say to get it approved. And right now, today, I'm selling the course for only $197, and I do have a 100% money back guarantee on it. The purpose of this live is to sell, this course. That's what I'm doing right now. But by creating these lives, I wouldn't just be creating these lives just for the hell of it. But let me show you what the back end of the course looks like. Okay, so this is the back end of the course that I've created. I start immediately by telling the students exactly what the best ways are to monetize the course. So that's obviously pretty damn important. If you're paying money for a course, even if it's only $200, you want to know, like, how is this course actually going to help you? And this is the course on how to make money essentially using these tools, using YT Evo, and using Google News to drive traffic, like combining the power of those two things to give you an advantage and go out. So I show you the quickest ways to monetize the course, and I'm not holding anything back. Like, I'm not afraid to show what niches I target, all that. Yeah, it's all in there. I'll take you from A to Z. And there's a support group that goes with the course as well. So if there's some question or some gap in some teaching that I've had here that just doesn't make sense to you, then we can dive into it, and I'll create another video and put it in the course, and we'll talk about it, and interact as a group within, the private support and coaching group. So I also tell you how to pick the right domains, how to use a tool called Wayback Machine to kind of just do your niche research. It's freaking really cool, free tool. The tools that aren't free in the course are the YT Evo. That's a plugin. It costs less than $100. Costs like $97 for that. You have to have that to use this course, and I'll show you where to get it for that price. You also will need hosting and domain names. So that can vary from like $5 a month to like hundreds of dollars a month, depending on how many of these sites you build. But I'll show you what I use and how to hook it up. And then if there's any questions about some different host, I'm not afraid to answer that either. I tell you how to, get the YouTube API key that you need to create these sites. These are just all the features. These are the features of the course, and that doesn't really sell. So I don't want to really harp on that for too long, but I'll show you this site that I created. That's a Google News site that I created this site in probably less than 20 minutes. And it took, I think, 48 hours, maybe 72 hours for it to get approved as a Google News site. So it's really, really quick. And it just takes content from YouTube and, that's Creative Commons that YouTube allows you to embed other places. It's part of the terms of service. It's helpful for the creator of the videos as well. It helps give their videos a boost. So if you have your own YouTube channel, this tool is really good for that as well. But it just spins up an article. And then if you want to see that it is Daily Health News is this is, this website. In Google News, you can see that it's accepted here, Daily Health News. That's it. And it's every couple of hours, it's already like indexing these stories in Google News. It's just cool. It's just a really, really cool thing. And it's very, very simple the way that I teach it. I think I have the best Google News course, most comprehensive Google News course that's out there that I've seen. And there's some good ones. I'm not disparaging any of those. I've looked at every course I can find, and they all have had really good methods. This is just a different formula that has worked really super well for me. So go to chancereynolds.com. That will forward you over to the AppSumo offer. If you want to buy it there, it's $197 everywhere, but on Warrior Plus, it's $197 as well. You can just search Google News and Warrior Plus, or if you're following, Chris Derenberger or some other affiliate, make sure that you buy the offer through Warrior Plus so they get their commission. Anyway, that's what I'm up to. That's what I'm teaching. That's what you should go right now, buy it, and then come back and implement all of the things that are here. The whole training is less than an hour and a half. You could go through this entire training today. I kept it super simple, baby steps, like do this, get on your keyboard, push these buttons. It's how I like to learn, and I'm thinking that it's how a lot of you like to learn as well. So see you in the course.